Hi everyone, my name is Mr. Switch, and today I'm going to talk you through the Scratch Cutter feature of the new DJM S5 mixer. Scratch Cutter will help to introduce you to the world of scratching and make learning the techniques involved easier, especially if you've never tried scratching before. Scratching is often compared to speaking. When you've learnt the individual techniques, which can be thought of as words or letters, you can combine them endlessly into brand new phrases and sentences. And you can have musical conversations or jams with other Scratch DJs and turntablists. While you're learning each pattern, Scratch Cutter will help you to focus on the movement of the control vinyl. And it will also help you learn when to move the crossfader to create the whole pattern yourself. Here's how to access the Scratch Cutter feature. Load any Scratch sample to your preferred deck. Press and hold any FX cut button to enter Scratch Cutter mode and to activate that pattern. The lights on the other buttons will dim to show that you're in Scratch Cutter mode, and also to highlight which scratch pattern you've selected. Lock the FX lever on to activate Scratch Cutter. Make sure you activate it for the deck you'll be using to scratch. The scratch is now applied to the sample as you move the control vinyl. You can use Scratch Cutter with any sample. Scratch Cutter will also match the tempo of any beat that is played on the other deck. You can adjust the beat fraction setting that the scratch pattern will synchronize with. Press the beat left or right buttons to adjust. The Scratch Cutter feature can only be used with DVS and when Serato is connected. To switch back to Serato effects, press and hold any FX cut button. Scratch Cutter emulates some of the most fundamental techniques in turntablism. Let's look at the different techniques assigned to each FX cut button. Pattern 1 is the forward scratch. When we move the control vinyl forwards and backwards, we only hear the forward sound, and the sound is muted coming backwards to the start of the sample. Pattern 2 is the march scratch. It consists of a baby scratch, which is simply moving the control vinyl forwards and backwards, and then a forward scratch. Pattern 3 is the original scratch. This is a brand new scratch pattern developed for the Scratch Cutter feature, which consists of 1-click and 2-click flares that will help you get a flavour for what advanced scratching feels like. Pattern 4 is the transformer scratch. This adds quick cuts to the sample to generate a regular rhythm. While Scratch Cutter adds the transform, you can focus on getting the movement right of the control vinyl, for example, moving to the start of the sample. Pattern 5 is the 1-click flare. This will add a cut to the middle of the sound every time you move the control vinyl forwards or backwards. And pattern 6 is the 2-click flare, also known as the orbit, which puts 2 cuts in the middle of the sound. Check out our other Scratch Cutter tutorials on how to learn the baby and forward scratch and how to apply the Scratch Cutter in a mix.